What's good, YouTube? My name is Kenny J, and this is KennyJTV. As you can tell by the title, this video is about how to pass the health insurance state exam. If you are new to my channel, welcome and thank you for tuning in to Kenny J. Feel free to browse around and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for my latest notifications. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back to KennyJTV. In my opinion, the health insurance state exam was by far the easiest test that I've ever taken. I remember studying for my health exam, and I sat for the test and studied after I got my P&C license. So I do recommend going and getting your P&C license first if you plan on getting all of those licenses, just because P&C is a lot harder. So once you pass those exams and you go and take your health or your life or both, if it's combined in your state, it will be a lot easier. In my opinion, I was like, this is gonna be a breeze. In this video, I'm gonna give you some tools and some tricks in order for you to pass the health insurance state exam. Tip number 1, know the basics of insurance. The basics of insurance lay down the foundation of the rest of the material you're going to learn. Getting the basics of insurance down packed is honestly the best thing that you can do. But make sure before you move forward that you definitely understand the basics of health insurance. Tip number 2, make sure that you know the different coverages that fall under the federal government health insurance. 2 examples would be Medicare and TRICARE. And within those coverages, make sure that you understand what each coverage offers. Tip number 3, know what the Affordable Care Act is, also known as Obamacare, and know what it entails. The Affordable Care Act does go by a few names, so make sure that you do know all of the names. I remember on my test personally, we did have about 3 or 4 questions directly related to the Affordable Care Act. Tip number 4, know all of the health insurance policy provisions. I know I had a lot of questions on my exam related directly to the health insurance policy provision. Examples of things that are in the health insurance policy provisions are reinstatement, grace period, cancellation. So you need to know if somebody wants to cancel their insurance or if they want to reinstate. To piggyback off of tip number 4, tip number 5, know how long each grace period is. I know in my exam there were different grace periods for different policies. The grace period may be different if you pay monthly opposed to paying annually, so make sure that you pay close attention in regards to that. Tip number 6, know the different uses of the disability policies that you may offer when you are a licensed insurance agent. The cool thing about disability policies is that there is a huge range of different policies that you can offer. A test question that you may see is, what would a business use a disability policy for? Tip number 7, know the difference between HMOs and PPOs and know what each one offers. On my test, I would say literally half of the questions were about HMOs and PPOs. Tip number 8, make sure to read up on group health insurance policies. They may have questions about how can you add dependents or what are the requirements for someone to be a dependent, as well as what happens if an employee leaves, which also leads to what is COBRA. So make sure you also read up on COBRA and what that is, because you will have questions on your test in regard to COBRA. Tip number 9, make sure you know the difference between Medicare and Medicaid. So essentially, Medicare is for people of a certain age and higher, and Medicaid is for people with a low income. And with Medicare, in North Carolina, there was different parts. So it was Medicare A all the way through Medicare D, and we had to know what was the difference between each policy. Tip number 10, know what is covered under long-term care. A sub-tip is for facility-based care, know the difference between them. For example, skilled nursing care. Who is performing the care for the insured? Tip number 11, kind of a bonus tip for you guys. know the different accounts that you can have within the health insurance realm. For example, health savings account. Just know who's eligible for one and what it does for you. And those were just a few tips in order for you to pass the health insurance state exam. This video was more straightforward because honestly, once you get into the exam and you sit for the exam, you're going to see how easy the health insurance exam is. Thank you so much for tuning in to KennyJTV. If you have any questions or want to reach out to me personally, my email is in the description box below. Also, follow my insurance Instagram for tools and tricks on how to be a better insurance agent and also a day in the life in insurance. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell for my latest notifications. Again, my name is Kenny J, and this is KennyJTV.